All right, so today let's talk about fees. I did this video before talking about Questrade fees, but sound quality was so bad that I decided to redo it and also include the fees of other brokerages. Sorry, it's been 2 days I didn't upload a video. Still recovering from the flu. All right, so let's get started. So what are the fees associated with trading on the stock market? You should know first that there's three major categories. There's fees for trading, fees, there's a maintenance fee just for holding the account, and then there's an inactivity fee, which is a fee if you don't make enough trades in 3 months. So I'm going to compare these three types of fees between Questrade, Investor's Edge, RBC Direct Investing, TD Direct Investing, BMO InvestorLine, Desjardins Online Brokerage or DISNAT, National Bank Direct Brokerage, and finally Scotia iTrade. So first let's talk about Questrade. So in terms of trading, so buying and selling the actual stock, it is 1 cent per share, a minimum of $4.95 and a maximum of $9.95. So basically trading with Questrade will cost you between $5 and $10. So let's say you've got $1,000. You want to buy a stock that costs $20. So that means you'll be able to buy 50 shares. 50 times 1 cent is 50 cents. But because the minimum is $5, it's going to cost you $5. And same thing with the maximum is $10. Even if 1 cent times the number of shares go over $10, you're still going to pay a maximum of $10. So it's between $5 and $10 with Questrade to buy stocks. Buying ETFs is free, but selling ETFs, same commission rate applies. 1 cent per share, minimum of $5, maximum of $10. Trading options is $10 per trade plus $1 a contract to buy, and selling same thing. Now Questrade for TFSAs and RRSP accounts, there's no maintenance fee, but there is an inactivity fee if you don't make a trade for 3 months. So for 3 consecutive months you don't make a single trade and you have less than $5,000 in your account, you're going to be charged $25 every 3 months. So opening and closing an account is free, but there is an inactivity fee of $25 per quarter if you don't make a trade for 3 months and if you have less than 5,000. If you have more than 5,000 in your account and you don't make a trade in 3 months, there's no $25 charge. But if you do have less than 5,000 and you don't make a trade for 3 months, you'll be charged $25, but you have a way to get it back. That is for the next 3 months, you basically have $25 worth of free trades that you can do. So let's say every trade costs you $5. For the following 3 months, you're gonna have 5 trades for free. So if you go 6 months without making a trade, you will have lost the first $25 that was charged for the first 3 months of inactivity. But that's if you have under 5,000. If you're gonna open a registered education savings plan with Questrade, there's an annual fee, a maintenance fee of $50 if you have less than $15,000 combined. So it doesn't have to be $15,000 in your RESP. If you have a TFSA, an RSP, and an RESP with Questrade, and you're above $15,000, then there's no annual fee. But if you have less than 15,000 combined accounts with Questrade, the RESP account will cost you $50 a year. You also got these fees here that apply to the RRSP, Registered Retirement Savings Plan. So it's not obvious, full plan deregistration, but this means withdrawing from your RRSP apparently. So partial plan deregistration is withdrawing partially from your RRSP. Every withdrawal is $50. So that's probably done because government encourages you to keep it till retirement, now withdraw it earlier. So every time you withdraw from your RRSP, Questrade will charge you $50. And if you decide to withdraw the full amount, they will charge you $100 for the RRSP. Now, if you have a TFSA and you want to withdraw from Questrade to your bank account, EFTs are free under 50,000 Canadian and under 25,000 US. So let's say you open a TFSA, you put $5,000, it grows to 20,000. You want to withdraw 15,000 profit to your bank account, it'll be free to withdraw. Now, Questrade also offers special commission rates for active traders. So if you make 150 trades per quarter, each trade will cost you $4.95. Options will cost you $4.95 plus 75 cents a contract. ETFs are still free. Buying ETFs are free. Selling will be $4.95. So that's for active traders, and I believe it's 150 trades per quarter in order to fall in the category of active trader. But for all long-term investors, it is between $5 and $10 per trade. Now, Investor's Edge from CIBC. So let's talk about their annual fee first. So for non-registered accounts, so not a TFSA, not an RESP, and not an RRSP, so just a regular investment account, so a non-registered account. If you have a balance over 10,000, there's no annual fee. But if you have a balance less than 10,000, it's going to be a $100 annual fee. For registered accounts, for TFSAs, there's no annual fee. For RESPs, there's no annual fee. And actually, that's why I opened my RESP with CIBC, because there's no annual fee with them. But Questrade had a $50 annual fee if you have less than $15,000 combined with Questrade. And the RRSP with CIBC's Investor's Edge has an annual fee of $100 if you have less than $25,000 in the account. So with Questrade, the RRSP and the TFSA is free, while the RRSP is $50, but with Investor's Edge, TFSA and RESP is free, but the RRSP is $100 if you have less than $25,000. Now for trading, it's $7 per trade, regardless of the amount of shares. Options is $7 per contract. $7 a trade plus $1.25 per contract. And they also offer active trading pricing. 150 trades or more per quarter, you get to trade for $5 instead of the $7. And be careful, don't make trades over the phone because it's really expensive, as you can see here. It can go up to, I think the minimum is $50 if you trade over the phone. Now, in terms of withdrawing from your RRSP, which is called RRSP deregistration. So remember, with Questrade, the full deregistration was $100 and partial deregistration was $50. So it's the same thing with Investor's Edge. So if we had to compare Questrade and Investor's Edge in terms of fees, so in terms of withdrawing from your RRSP, they're both the same. In terms of maintenance fee, Questrade has no fee for the RRSP, while Investor's Edge has a $100 fee per year if you have less than $25,000. So I think Questrade has the edge for the RRSP in terms of the trade, the commission. Questrade is between $5 and $10, while Investor's Edge is $7 regardless of the amount of shares. So if you buy more than 700 shares of something, then Investor's Edge will be better, because Investor's Edge will be capped at $7. But if you buy 1,000 shares with Questrade, it'll cost you $10, while with Investor's Edge, it'll cost you $7. So 700 shares really is the difference between Investor's Edge and Questrade when it comes to trading. So the TFSA in terms of annual fee or maintenance fee are both free with Investor's Edge and Questrade. The advantage I'd give to Investor's Edge is the inactivity fee. Less than $5,000, Questrade charges you $25 if you don't make a trade for 3 consecutive months, while Investor's Edge does not charge you an inactivity fee in the TFSA. So if you know that you're not an active trader, you make one trade per year or one trade every 6 months, and you have less than 5,000. So if you want to avoid the $25 inactivity fee, Investor's Edge will be better than Questrade in terms of TFSA. And in terms of RESP, Investor's Edge has the edge because there's no annual fee, while Questrade charges $50 a year if you have less than 15,000. So as you can see, every brokerage is different. Really depends on how much you have and how many trades you plan on doing. So if you plan on making at least one trade every 3 months, Questrade will be cheaper for a TFSA. Now, if you look at RBC Direct Investing, they also have a maintenance fee of $25 per quarter if you have less than $15,000 in your account. Over $15,000, no maintenance fee. So trading is $10 flat. So $10 to buy, $10 to sell. Options are $10 and $1.25 per contract. So just by comparing RBC with CIBC or Questrade, first of all, CIBC is better than RBC because it only charges $7 instead of $10. And Investor's Edge, if you're trading less than 700 shares, and Questrade, if you're trading less than 700 shares, is also better because it'll cost you between $5 and $7. RBC also offers active trader commission. So over 150 trades per quarter, it'll cost you $7. So Investor's Edge already offers $7 to long-term investors, people who are not active traders. While RBC, if you want to get $7, you need to be an active trader. So just by comparing CIBC and RBC, CIBC has the edge. Plus RBC has an annual fee if you have less than 15,000. So that's across all accounts. So really no advantage between RBC and... So right now for the first three we compared, Questrade and Investor's Edge definitely have the edge. RBC I would not recommend because of, if you compare the fees, doesn't even compete with them. So with TD Direct Investing, it's $10 again to buy and to sell, and options, same thing, $10 plus $1.25. And active traders, they offer $7. TD Direct Investing is exactly like RBC Direct Investing in terms of fees. So really no advantage there. Plus they have a maintenance fee of $25 per quarter if you have less than 15,000. So exactly like RBC. So they don't even compete with Investor's Edge. So BMO InvestorLine is offering cash back up to $1,000. To get the $100,000, to get the $1,000, you need to have a $500,000 account or more. See, Questrade also offers a cash back by using a referral code, like the one available in the description below the video, but the brackets are much lower, and the max you can get is $250. I believe to get $250 with Questrade, you have to invest $100,000. But if you invest $1,000 with Questrade, you get $25. So BMO is attracting people with their cash back, but you have to get $75, you need to fund your account with $50,000. While with Questrade, to get $75, you just need to fund your account to $25,000. $50 gets you $10,000, gets you $10,000 gets you $50, $1,000 gets you $25. So definitely better than BMO's cashback. Now, if you look at the trading fees, yeah, so another $10 per trade. So same as RBC and TD, $10 flat. So between the banks, Investor's Edge is definitely better because it offers $7 fixed. In terms of maintenance fees, TFSA and RESPs are free. So that's great. That's similar to CIBC Investor's Edge. But everything else you need to have over 15,000 in order to avoid the fees. So let's see how much the fees are. It's $25 per quarter if you have less than 15,000. So in terms of maintenance fee, they're similar to CIBC Investor's Edge because both the TFSA and the RESP is free, while the RRSP is going to cost you $25 per quarter if you have less than 15,000. So just by comparing Questrade, CIBC, RBC, TD, and BMO, I would put Questrade first, CIBC second, and then BMO third, and then RBC and TD equal. So now if we look at Desjardins online brokerage, so they've got two different platforms. All brokerages have different platforms depending on how much information you want. The more sophisticated platform will be for day traders because they need more sophisticated charts and indicators, while just regular long-term investors don't just need a classic platform, which usually is free. So with Desjardins, it's $10 per trade. So like all the other banks. Now if we look at the maintenance fees, so they have an inactivity fee of $30 per quarter if you don't do any of the following. So inactivity fees are waived if 6 or more trades have been executed in the preceding 12 months. The value of the portfolio is over 15,000. A registered account is held. And here it says a fee of $30 per quarter will apply if none of the above criteria are met. So that means if one of the criteria are met, then there is no inactivity fee. So if you open a registered account, there's no inactivity fee. So if we're talking TFSA, RRSP, or RESP, there would be no inactivity fee. So they've got annual fees on RESPs, $50 if less than 15,000. RRSPs, $100 if less than 15,000. With withdrawing from a registered account, except the TFSA, partial withdrawal is $25. Total withdrawal is $125. So while with the others, it's $50 for partial and $100 for total withdrawal. So definitely not attractive in terms of fees. So till now, Questrade number 1, CIBC number 2, BMO number 3, RBC and TD number 4, Desjardins number 5. It also depends which type of account you're opening, and how much money you have and how many trades you're making. Just as an overall structure, that's how I would rate them. So National Bank Direct Brokerage, let's look at their competitive fee structure. So it's $10 per trade if you're making less than 30 transactions per quarter. More than 30 transactions, you get $7 per trade. So it's better than RBC and TD because you don't have to make 150 trades to get a lower rate. But it's not better than CIBC because CIBC already offers $7 to anyone. So they've got a $100 annual fee if you have less than $20,000 or if you make less than 5 trades in 12 months. So if you make more than 5 trades in 12 months, there's no annual fee. So I don't like these restrictions and conditions. So for now, I would put Questrade first, CIBC second, a very close second, BMO third, TD and RBC fourth, National Bank 5th, Desjardins 6th. Now let's look at Scotia iTrade. So 150 trades per quarter, it's $5. So that's great for active traders. We don't want active traders. We want regular traders, investors. So it's $25 a trade. If you have less than $50,000 combined, it's $25 per trade. So that's not even close to the others, not even close to the banks. So I don't know what they're doing here. They don't even want to compete, it looks like. To get $10, which all the banks offer, you need to do 30 trades per quarter or more, or have more than 50,000. So they're not even trying to compete. You want to get $5, which Questrade already offers $5. You need to do 150 trades. So yeah, not even close. I'm not even going to rate Scotia iTrade. It's outside of my rating. All right, so in terms of fees, I would recommend Questrade first, Investor's Edge a very close second, BMO third, TD and RBC tied for fourth, National Bank fifth, Desjardins sixth, and forget about Scotia iTrade. Once again, it depends on which type of account you want to open, how many trades you're making. So I'm working on this table to summarize all the fees with all the brokerages. So if you're interested in receiving it, it'll be a 3-page PDF. You can email me directly in the link below. And of course, if you're going to open an account with Questrade, use my referral code in the description below the video. So you can get between $25 and $250 depending on your initial deposit. And then once you open your account, you'll have your own referral code, which you can use to refer other people. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends. So I personally have an account with Questrade and Investor's Edge, and I guess I was lucky that they happened to be the best in fees. I think I started off with Investor's Edge first, and then when Questrade came out, I opened an account with Questrade. It doesn't hurt to have several accounts as long as you're not paying anything for them. All right, thanks for watching.